traders, welcome to Just Eminis Day Trading Made Easy. My name is George Ball and today is Tuesday the 23rd of April 2013 on the Eminis S&P. mind my 1-year-old is banging on my office door. So if you do hear him banging, I do apologise. Right, alright, let's get started. What I want to start off with, excuse the interruption, this is a swing trade that I'd taken, and a few of the members actually had taken this swing trade also. So I want to show you how they develop. Reason being, the swing trade are an integral part of our intraday trades, and I'll show you why. This particular setup had begun developing, and from my last video, you recall the level that we were watching down through here. So, being a particular level that was being held, if it continued up, and I think it was a 24 that required holding, the market was going to continue trading upwards, and this is the reason why this swing trade had activated. Right, so this is a Thursday low, right, of last week. All right, so as the market had started to continue up through here, it had shown very promising signs that it wants to continue. All right, so we'll have a zoom in here, and this was Monday morning, going into Tuesday. All right, so and we'll talk about today's price action in a moment, but this particular setup had been pretty much triggered overnight. So over the Sunday evening session, we created a little bit of a high, and then we were expecting the market to retrace. Again, this is a swing trade, meaning that it is very possible that it could leak into the following trading day. You can't trade these trades on an intraday account because it'll shut you off at the end of the day. So you've got to be very careful. But as you can see, Monday morning entry at about 10:30. Yeah, guys, this happens to be a 15-minute chart, so I usually read an hour chart or a 45-minute chart if you've got that on your charting program. But for the video, just showing you here on a 15-minute chart. So it was a 15.44.25 entry. Now this is a 3 3/4 risk. Right? Not many traders can support this kind of risk depending on the size of their account. But bear in mind, we are always trading with a 1 to 5 risk reward. Always. All right. So this is our setups. This is our methodology. All right. So taking the 15.44.25, we were heading for a 78 tick target. That's 19.5 point target, guys. So bear in mind, it's a little bit larger. You could quite easily do it on a one contract account. So you don't really need a large account to trade this. You just need to know that the setups evolve over and over again. And this is what we teach. Alright, so this is what I teach you in the education package. So I'll show you exactly how to do this and what to look out for. So within regards to this, it had gotten a little bit shaky into the morning, so 10:30. And as you can see, this started trading upwards and up towards the target. Unfortunately, didn't take it out Monday. Needed to sit through a little bit of a sell-off in the pre-market, and then the European session started up and then traded up towards it into 8:30. So this morning, before the market had opened, we'd taken out our targets at a 9.5 point profit. All right. So regardless, if you're on a 1 contract or if you're on 10 contracts, it doesn't matter. The risk reward is always there. You need the account to be able to do so. You need you obviously need to speak to your broker, because most brokers will close you out at the end of the day. So you need a brokerage firm that can support overnight positions, and to be able to hold that into what we can often see. It can often turn into a 3, even a 4-day trade. So they're larger than intraday, of course. We'll have a look at what happened on Monday. Okay, moving right along. Now this is a 5-minute chart. All right, so you can see it quite clearly up here. And this is Monday morning setup. And this is what I want to show you, because it does integrate with the swing trade that I had just shown you. All right, so coming off a high, market had reasons to sell off because we were expecting a 44 being taken in order for this to keep going upwards. All right, so in regards to what we had with our swing setup, this is intraday towards an entry in that direction. Market had very strong reasons to sell off. If you have a look at the free videos that I've sent you guys, have a look at why the market would trade down in this direction. We had we had 2 or 3, actually 4 reasons of why this market was going to trade down. I don't usually enter in the first half hour of trading, but it was a very promising direction for the morning. So 51 entry. Alright, so it's a 6 tick risk, which is quite reasonable, as you can see. A 1 to 5 risk reward, which we're going for a 5.5 point target at the 45.55s. Sorry, 45.50s. Alright, so we needed to take that out, and all pretty much before 10 o'clock, we've taken out that target quite fast. It was quite volatile. It was moving in that direction. Small risk in place was a promising reason for this to continue down. After the swing entry had activated, that's when we started continuing to see higher highs being made in the afternoon. We have taken further trade? I was watching it. I generally only take one good trade for the day, one intraday trade, and then I'll sit back for the rest of the day. But again, there wasn't really anything else that activated. The intraday trade wanted to trade upwards into a top target. So that's it pretty much for Monday. What I want to go through and end with, I won't continue on too much, is this particular candle here that happened today. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'll leave a link in today's post below this video. And it's just of a news report, the Wall Street Journal, I think it is. So it's a news report on a website. What had happened was, for those of you who don't know, again, a Twitter account had been hacked on some high-profile person. An announcement was made. The White House had been bombed. Obama had been killed. Sparked a massive reaction. Right? Now, if there was truth in the report or not, this is why the market dropped so violently. Right? So, whoever happened to be in here, I do know a couple of members actually have been stopped out. This happened quite fast and quite fierce. Market looked like it was trading upwards for the most of the day. Haven't hit a second target on a swing trade, and then we would have expected some kind of retracement, but this unfortunately sliced through many people's stops. Right, so just need to let you guys know, a news announcement. Sorry, it wasn't a news announcement. It was a false announcement. Instilled fear in the market. Not only this market had been affected, many of the major markets had been affected. Not only US, internationally had been affected. It was a false announcement that can clean up a lot of traders. So just be very, very careful. Didn't happen to take a trade today, but after this announcement, you need to sit tight and see what happens. But my name's George Borg. Hope you guys didn't get hurt by today's spike. This is just Eminis. Day trading made easy. We'll see you all again tomorrow.